For millions of years, a hidden world has existed just beneath the waves. Picture yourself out in the open ocean, drifting away, feeling the warm sun on your skin and the gentle sway of the water. But below you, there's a whole other world, one that's dark, deep, and full of life we're only beginning to understand. Down here, every creature has its own unique way of surviving. Stick around. You might just be surprised by what you'll discover. Our journey starts with the ocean's most fascinating creature, the graceful whale. Let's start with the humpback whales, who are known for their songs, beautiful, complex melodies that can echo for miles underwater. But what are these songs for? Are they a way for males to attract mates? Or maybe even to share their location with other humpbacks? No one is entirely sure, and that mystery makes these songs even more enchanting. Imagine the stillness of the ocean, suddenly filled with these eerie, beautiful notes. It's like the humpback's own way of marking its place in the vast ocean. Each year, humpbacks travel thousands of miles, making one of the longest migrations of any mammal. They move from cold feeding grounds to warm tropical waters where they breed and give birth. How do they manage to find their way back to the same spots year after year? Scientists believe they might rely on memory or even the Earth's magnetic fields. Imagine journeying across entire oceans, following a path your ancestors swam for centuries. And then there's the killer whale, or orca. With its striking black and white coloring and sharp instincts, the killer whale is one of the ocean's most skilled hunters. Unlike the humpback, orcas live in tightly bonded family groups called pods, and each pod has its own hunting methods, perfected over generations. Did you know? Despite their name, killer whales aren't actually whales. They're the largest members of the dolphin family. Intelligent, social, and endlessly fascinating, orcas challenge everything we think we know about the ocean's top predators. So, despite their enormous size, whales in general seem as curious about us as we are about them. Divers often report encounters where whales come close, watching them with eyes that seem filled with understanding. In the world of the ocean, few creatures command as much fear and respect as sharks. These ancient predators have been around for over 400 million years, surviving through mass extinctions and evolving into some of the most efficient hunters on Earth. But what makes them so perfectly suited for the hunt? Sharks have an extraordinary sense called electroreception, allowing them to detect the faint electric fields produced by other animals' movements. Imagine being able to sense the heartbeat of your prey, even if it's hidden in the sand or hiding in the dark. For sharks, it's like having a sixth sense. But not all sharks are built to be fierce hunters. Take the whale shark, for instance. This gentle giant couldn't be more different from the great white or the tiger shark, yet it's every bit as fascinating. It's the largest fish in the ocean, reaching lengths of up to 40 feet. But it's a filter feeder. Instead of hunting prey, it swims with its enormous mouth open, filtering plankton, small fish, and crustaceans from the water. Whale sharks are gentle giants, posing no threat to humans. In fact, they're often seen swimming alongside divers who are captivated by their size and grace. Despite their reputation, sharks are responsible for fewer than 10 human fatalities each year. By contrast, humans kill around 100 million sharks annually. So who's really the more dangerous predator? I think we can all agree on the same answer here. In a world of fierce hunters and powerful giants, the octopus stands out for a different reason. its mind. Octopuses are incredibly intelligent, capable of problem-solving, memory, and even play. Imagine being able to change your color, shape, and even texture to blend in wherever you are. Here's something wild. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood, and they have 9 brains, 1 in each arm, and a central brain to coordinate everything. Despite everything we know, octopuses remain a mystery. They're hard to track, hard to study, and they live secretive lives. What we do know is that they're one of the ocean's most unique and fascinating creatures, blending intelligence with agility and showing us that survival can come down to more than strength alone. Next, let's talk about the most ancient and mesmerizing inhabitants of the ocean, jellyfish. They've been around for over 500 million years, drifting through the seas and evolving into all sorts of shapes and sizes. And yet, they're still mysterious. Many jellyfish can produce their own light through bioluminescence, turning them into living lanterns. This glow isn't just for show. It can attract prey, confuse predators, or simply light the way in the deep, dark ocean. Also, jellyfish don't have a heart, brain, or bones. They're mostly made of water and rely on simple nerves to respond to their surroundings, yet they've managed to survive and thrive for hundreds of millions of years. Next, the lionfish is just as fascinating, known for its dramatic appearance and dangerous venom. With its bold colors and spiky fins, it's a warning to other animals. Come too close, and you might get stung. Each of its spines contains venom that can cause extreme pain in predators or unlucky humans. They are an invasive species in some parts of the world, especially the Atlantic, where they've caused serious damage to native fish populations. Their lack of predators and rapid reproduction make them a tough competitor in foreign waters. Now, sea urchins might look like simple spiky balls, but they play an important role in their ecosystems. With hard, spiny shells and venomous spines, they're well protected against most predators. They feed on algae, helping to control its growth and prevent it from taking over reefs. Fun fact: sea urchins have tiny pincer-like structures between their spines called pedicellaria, which they use to clean their bodies and defend against small attackers. They're like the urchin's personal security system. Next, we have the starfish, or sea stars. They are some of the most resilient creatures in the ocean and are known for their incredible ability to regenerate lost limbs. Some species can even grow back an entire body from a single arm. It's a survival skill that's hard to beat. Starfish don't have brains in the way we think of them. Instead, their nervous system is spread throughout their body, allowing each arm to move independently. It's like having 5 arms with minds of their own. Now, we meet the seahorse. These fascinating creatures, unlike most fish, swim upright. They rely on a tiny fin on their back that flutters up to 35 times per second. But even with that effort, they're pretty slow swimmers. To stay in place against strong currents, they use their tails to grab onto coral or seagrass, like little anchors. Seahorses don't have stomachs, so food passes quickly through their bodies. To survive, they have to eat constantly, using their snouts like little vacuums to suck in plankton and small crustaceans all day long. But here's the biggest twist. Male seahorses are the ones who give birth. After the female deposits her eggs into his pouch, he fertilizes them and carries them until they hatch. In the vast ocean, they've found a way to thrive, small but mighty. Next, let's learn about eels. They are some of the ocean's most secretive residents. With long, snake-like bodies, they add both elegance and mystery to the reef. Moray eels are stealthy hunters, hiding in rocky crevices until the perfect moment to strike. Their sharp, backward-facing teeth help them latch onto prey, and the constant mouth movement you see? That's just how they breathe. Unlike morays, garden eels are peaceful and shy. They live in colonies on sandy seabeds, poking up to feed on drifting plankton. At the slightest hint of danger, they quickly retreat into their burrows. Each eel uses its tail to anchor itself deeply in the sand, holding steady even against stronger currents. It's a delicate way of life, a sharp contrast to the solitary and stealthy moray. Next, we have the stingray. With their flat, disc-like bodies and wing-like fins, they move with a quiet elegance, blending perfectly into the sandy seafloor as they travel. They often bury themselves in the sand, leaving only their eyes and spiracles visible, waiting patiently to ambush small fish and crustaceans that wander too close. By staying low to the ground, they become almost invisible to both predators and prey. Stingrays are more social than they appear. Some species gather in groups known as fevers, gliding together in synchronized movements. It's a beautiful display of coordination that adds to their mystique. Despite their intimidating reputation, stingrays are generally gentle and pose little threat to humans. Most stings happen by accident when people step on a stingray buried in shallow water. We've only scratched the surface of life beneath the waves, a world full of contrasts where calm meets fierce and simplicity meets complexity. Every creature has a role to play, each one adding to the delicate balance that keeps this underwater world alive. As we dive deeper, we realize there's so much left to uncover, so many mysteries waiting to be understood. And with that knowledge comes a responsibility to protect these fragile ecosystems, to ensure that future generations can feel the ocean's magic for themselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the ocean's depths. If you'd like to keep exploring with us, don't forget to like and subscribe for more ocean wonders, and don't forget to tell us in the comments your favorite underwater creature.